Hello everybody! Today I'm going to show you how you can turn a round tablecloth into a retro style dress. That's today on Refashioning with Rachel. First, I want to take a second to show you how freaking cool this tablecloth is. I picked it up in a flea market in Greece. And for reference, it is 64 inches in diameter. I wouldn't go much smaller than that if you are trying this project because your dress will end up a little too short. First, take your tablecloth and fold it in half, with right sides together. The bottom of this curve is going to end up being the front and the back of the dress. And along the fold will be the neck hole and the sleeves. Fold your tablecloth in half again. And grab a shirt that fits you well. Fold it in half. And lay it on top of the tablecloth, lining up the back of the shirt with the single fold and the shoulders with the double fold. Make a mark on the tablecloth about 1 inch away from the armpit and also sketch in the neck hole. Now, originally I was trying to salvage some of this embroidery, so I made a line that went around it, but just ignore that. You should draw a line that goes from the corner and through the point to the edge of the tablecloth. And then cut out the neck hole and through the line. Just pretend I didn't make that first line. Now halfway unfold the tablecloth. And cut in a deeper neck hole in the front. About 3 or 4 inches will do. Pin along the cuts you made in the sides. My tablecloth was not a perfect circle, so the sides did not line up perfectly at one end. So I just adjusted it by offsetting the longer layer so that the hems would line up. And then I just cut the slit a little deeper in one layer to match the other layer. And now sew around these cuts. Use 1/2 inch for seam allowance. And when you get to the end of the cut, pivot the needle till you get to the other side, and then pivot the needle again, and finish off the stitch. And do the same thing on the other side. And now we have to make little cuts that go right up to those corners. I like to use a seam ripper for this because I'm always afraid I will cut through the stitching. And now either zigzag or serge the raw edges. I chose to do a zigzag stitch because it's a little easier to get around those corners. Just set your machine to the widest zigzag stitch possible, and sew, making one stitch go on the fabric and one stitch go off the fabric. And now we just have to finish off the neck hole. Take some relatively thin and slightly stretchy fabric. If you don't have stretchy fabric, you can cut it on the bias and then it will be a little stretchy. Cut out a strip 1.5 inches wide and at least as long as your neck hole, and fold it in half and iron it. Fold back and iron 1/2 inch on one end. Now working on the right side of the neck hole, starting on the center back, place the strip on the neck hole with the folded end folded back, and sew using 1/2 inch for seam allowance and lining up all of the raw edges. When you get back to where you began, overlap the strip 1/2 inch, and then trim off the excess fabric. Now clip in to the seam allowance all along the neck hole. And then trim away 1/2 of the seam allowance. Now fold the binding toward the inside of the neck hole, leaving about 1 millimeter of tablecloth fabric hanging out over the edge, and pin it in place. And sew. And then just iron the neck hole so it looks more professional. And this project is finished. So here's a reminder of how it looked before. And here's how it looks now. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you did. And have a beautiful day.